Welcome, my name is Rich, and this is a Let's Play of Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, wherein I shall...
Few enough strangers in Ironfast. Welcome.
Thank you. Wherein I shall take the game at a laid-back sort of pace. I won't be rushing around. I'll take my time to look at what the game is showing me, comment on the stories that the game is trying to tell, things about the game that I like or that could be better, places that I think, where I think they may have drawn inspiration for some of their storytelling or design work, or making snarky comments and other terrible, awful, bad jokes. Like naming the skeleton I can summon Bonita. This next time, next place I'm going to will be the Hollowlands, and I shall work my way north through Alzarund into the Red Marches. Given the pace that I went at last time, I will probably clear the Hollowlands today. Oh hey, that skull. It's presented as a complete skull here. You find that skull inside Ironfast. You can look at it in 3D, in person. Well, in the games in person. So we're going to go to the Hollowlands, and then I mean, that's probably the amount. We're probably just going to have time to do everything here before the 3 hours is up. Given that I will be, as usual, streaming from now, slightly past 8, until slightly past 11. 3 hours. Oh, hello. Stablism. Oh, I didn't need to... Oh, hello. Ouch. Didn't need to roll through that section of the river. I thought that I might need to. Oh, hello. Well, I was kind of hoping that rolling would cause you not to need to switch to swimming. So where would I be swimming? Here. Can I? No. Well, it wouldn't even help anyway. If you try and roll it, completes the roll animation. Like, you get to the point where you need to start swimming, it completes the roll animation, and then you start immediately swimming beyond that point. So it wouldn't even have helped if it had worked, if I had been rolling in the right place. Oops, I'm going down the wrong path. I do want to find a pile of rocks, though. Junk. Crude Silvernite chakrams. Junk. I wonder who this is. Someone's limping at me. Ifir Dinwell. Now, these I'm going to ignore because I tried to investigate them on Monday, and I was unable to actually visit... Well, I mean, when I went to these two places, I'd already discovered what was there. Like, I'd already opened the... great. Ambush me as I'm running away. Very clever. Oh, come on. More ambushes? Okay. I'd already discovered and looted the piles of rocks in those 2 locations that I visited without the aid. I discovered them without the aid of the treasure map I got given, and so my assumption is that I will have also found the third of them, the final one.
The wars of Bleer Rathwin came crashing to the ocean's turmoil. Our people, despaired and battle-weary, hiding from the ogre's fists, saw Beala Tirin atop the revered spire, dressed in priestly garb and circled by a camp of mages. Wise Tirin called forth the grace of Lyria, her beauteous song, paragon of the ethereal. The people climbed to her side, a summit cloister of spell-woven forces. She smote the Jotun from the hallowed pinnacle, and never again did they return. Rathir, she named the place where sharp rocks break the water's surface. This home for all Dokkulfar, the lunar crag of Lyria, founded in the 14th year after the parting.
There's a hidden door up ahead. And a light bulb hanging from a section of wood scaffolding that doesn't seem to lead anywhere. There's platforming in 2 locations up there that something built so that you can stand on it, and there's nowhere for it to go. There's no doorways in the cliffs. It's just, and it doesn't look like there's ladders up either. So it's just a place for people to climb up and hang out, I guess. Incredibly inconvenient. So there's... Yep, hidden door. Oh, and the treasure, whatever it is inside here, probably rocks. Pile of rocks is inside. Yeah, there we go. Pile of rocks. Ooh, that's a fate bloom. Here's a very long dead body. Let's have off with this. Oh, it's essence of fate, not fate bloom. Alright, well, whatever. Welcome, Mahawkman. Yes, hidden door. Very much so. Didn't really look at the surroundings of it before I opened it, but it probably did look pretty obviously a door, like a doorway that you could probably open. Why the... Oh, there we go. Didn't have numlock on, that's why I couldn't switch spell. Noble's amulet, that's just going to be health, isn't it? I don't care about an amulet, it just boosts, just boosts health. Is this lawstone also going to have been subverted for the use of the Church of Lyria.
In ancient times,
No.
the desert had no shade. The sun burned the land to ruin. The rivers disappeared, and the animals hid underground. The people cried to Helios for mercy, but he didn't answer their prayers. As the plants withered in the heat, the Hollowlands echoed with the crackle of fires.
There's a variety of fey creatures in this this desert zone. That's unusual, I think. That looks like a hidden door, even though it's not showing up on the map as a hidden door. It really looks like that's a doorway in the rock. And judging by the colour of the names of the enemies I'm facing here, they are lower level than I am, despite the fact that I've only just arrived, and the loot I'm getting is lower level as well. So I'm guessing that when you get told about a location in a map area, that's when, at least in Reckoning, maybe it doesn't happen in Re-Reckoning, in Reckoning that's when a zone's level gets set, which is kind of garbage. So yeah, that definitely looks like a doorway. Maybe, like, if nothing ever happens here, like, I mean, there is you can see on the minimap that there's definitely a road leading this way. Maybe if there doesn't actually ever turn out to be anything back here, maybe this was supposed to have content, but they cut it for time. But I'm kind of hoping that this will turn out to be a location that we can interact with and open up.
Then winged Saina, the mediator of earth and sky, came from Ashara. She beheld the suffering desert and swooped down upon the Hollowlands. Her feathers shaded the scorching sands. Her wings cooled the broken ground. Her tears fell to the dust, where rivers were born.
So the first time we went down there, we triggered, and then came out again, we triggered an ambush event. So maybe we're supposed to come out here after doing something. I mean, it looks like there's a route down here as well, except it's not like got a symbol on the minimap. That's closed off as well. Ah, we've discovered Cloudcrest that we can't interact with. So this is a location. Oh no, hold on. No, that's Dun's Head? Dune's Head? It's not going to be Dune Sheed, is it? So that's Dune's Head mine. But this, again, doesn't have... Oh no, it does. There we go. Cloudcrest. It's just not shown up on the closer in map. It's only on the zoomed out map. Hello, chap. I wonder whether Bonita will be able to defeat these dudes by herself. Where's this? Athene. Let's have Athene's blessing. Athene's wisdom. Athene's wisdom, I think, reduces mana costs. I don't know. Status effect durations and experience bonus. Okay. I was entirely wrong. Oops, hello. Invisible, impassable object. Unless the bush was supposed to be an impassable object, when that hasn't been the case before, as far as I can remember. So this is Dune's Head Mine. Which we cannot discover as a location on the minimap because we haven't had the alert saying that it was discovered. And it's also, oh, hello, triggered another. Another event. Good thing, of course, about when you enter an instance location that isn't part of the main world, is that that place then gets set to your level. So we will still have some challenge. Ooh, that's a zombie rather than a fair Gorter. Maybe the son of Laz. Okay, maybe the animations I praised during the Necromancer quest in, which one was it? Melaglia. Maybe that wasn't uniquely created for that, but still, this is the second time I've seen those animations. And these are male bodies, quite badly rotted and stitched together. Whereas, I wonder what that is. Whereas the body of the wife of the Necromancer what does that do? Mana, okay. Was female and not badly rotted and stitched together. So at least the appearance of the appearance was unique. Oops. Yeah, there's a reason they're called Sons of Laz. Yeah. So they're all male then. I was wondering whether there might be daughters of Laz. Oh, okay. Is this a gigantic bone? It looks a lot like it, doesn't it? Oh wow, yeah, that's definitely a gigantic bone. Oh hey, and that's another skull like the one that we saw in Ironfast, except it's way bigger and belonged to a creature with an absolutely massive... That's probably a wingspan, isn't it? I'm going to assume that this was a dragon. You want me to spoil the quest? That's a dragon. Okay, yeah. I was kind of expecting it to be a dragon. Kind of an unusual skull shape for a dragon. You kind of... Well, I would expect it to be more reptilian. Unless avian, like that. And the two tusks under the jaw. Kind of a weird place to have them. It's not something you usually see on dragon designs, but...
The land flourished under her gentle plumes. As life returned to the burnt expanse, the people crawled from their caves and saw a majestic silhouette against the open sky. They praised Saina and worshipped her likeness. She replied with a caw that still echoes on the wind.
Yeah, the skeleton was a what the fuck moment when I first found it. Fair enough. I don't remember this at all from my first playthrough. I mean, I must have come here, but I don't remember finding this. I mean, if I did, I would have recognized the skull shape. And actually, I think coming east to west, as I did, and going to Ironfast first, has made this a slightly better reveal. It's not... I mean, if you were taking the game Dalantarth, Detir, Plains of Erethel, you probably wouldn't... I suppose you could have done. You could have gone to Aeselrund, Minotir, Hollowlands. Yeah, if you were doing it this way around... Yeah, you probably could have gone to Ironfast first. Anyway. Surprised I was able to get over that ankle-high obstruction that is the bone across the soil there. I haven't found any settlements yet. I wonder whether this bone is fossilized. I don't know. If it was, would it not have eroded at the same rate as the surrounding rock? Are these bones stone, or are they still bone? Oh, hey! Signs of human life and settlement. No visible bloodstains, but the fact that the fire is out and there is nobody around doesn't give me much hope that anyone's going to come back. Another giant wing. This skull's big enough that you could climb in. Turn it into a home. It's literally a dragon as big as a castle. I think I went Aeselrund, Hollowlands, and the first thing I saw was the skull. I was like, well, that's a big skull. Then I realised how far away it was. Wow. Oh, you can just about see the outline on the map, can't you? You can see the shape once you know what to look for. I'll have to come over here and look from this direction to see the site that you saw. Oh wow, those are spindly rock columns, aren't they? Nope, more signs of habitation. Probably human. I don't think the Fae would build anything like this. Saltwell Caverns, okay. Look at the map icon for Detir. Yeah, I noticed that earlier. Only today I noticed that this this skull was visible here. I mean, I fully expect that we will be given quests to go into each of these places that we've located. Oh, okay, leaving this again spawns an ambush, although in this case it's boggarts rather than Sons of Laz. Oops, fair quarter. Oh no. Mergen. I thought spindly, kind of a hopping gait. That looks like skeletons, but no. Ooh, we've got a bit of an oasis here. Why does a reptile need tits? This is ridiculous. Not quite sure how I managed to evade that attack, but I'll take it. I realised, given that they are using electricity, maybe I should stop using my electric chakrams and switch to my fire daggers. That might be a good idea. Yeah, that dragon skeleton is seemingly the dominant terrain feature for the region. Yep. I mean, I can fully understand why. Like, if you're gonna make a gigantic dragon skeleton, why not make it the central theme, like central feature of your region, or the region in which you place it? That just seems like a good design choice. Average. How difficult would this be? Let's give that a shot. Hooray! I have all of them. Oh, Sons of Laz. You made a yummy sound. No, I didn't. Mmm. Little joke from Young Frankenstein. The Mel Brooks film. You can probably guess what it's about. And it stars, oh geez. As for the Sons, let's just say that you find out where they come from when you do the right quest. Well, yes, I would have expected that. Gene Wilder, that's the dude. Gene Wilder is in Young Frankenstein. Probably the most prominent name. It also stars Madeline Kahn. Ooh, Edelweiss. And if you enjoy Mel Brooks' style of what's the word? It's a person I need to meet here. Templar Octien. Okay. If you find that you enjoy Mel Brooks' style, another Banshee. Okay. Yeah, if you have watched any other of Mel Brooks' stuff and you really enjoyed it, definitely give Young Frankenstein a try. I mention this because occasionally when I see it talked about online, I see people who had just never heard of Young Frankenstein. So just in case you haven't, and you're looking for a film to watch, give this one a try if you can find it. No, Shrine of the Area, no thanks. Ah, a way up. Okay. Hard. No, I think I'll leave that one. Only 46% chance of getting it. Who wanted me to find Octien? That's weird. I don't have any quests to meet Octien. And yet it's marked on the map with a quest marker.
What is it? What is it?
It's really weird hearing people who are visually styled after Romans have Scottish accents, even if it is only vaguely.
You are my contact. I should have known. Punctuality is not one of your people's strengths, and you have so few.
Height is obviously not one of your strengths, but I'll let this slide for now.
Edessa is the greatest bastion of knowledge and understanding in the world. Alfar have their arts, mankind has its gods, but our only commandments are the solid, predictable laws of natural science. His knowledge is invaluable, and must not fall into the wrong hands. And I'm terribly worried about his safety too, of course. That goes without saying.
Terribly worried. Are you? You don't need to be.
As Templar, the Forum demands that I do everything in my power to advance our knowledge. It is a tremendous responsibility, and one I take quite seriously. Formerus Hughes is one of my most brilliant scholars, and as you know, his research shows tremendous potential. His recovery is of paramount importance. My fellow Templars and I sponsor research that will lead to the betterment of all mortals. Sadly, Alfar and man alike often have trouble accepting the reason behind our decisions. But most gnomes realize we have their best interests in mind. You may recall our mutual friend, Formerus Hughes, the gnome who brought you back to life? I suspect you would, but I gather you've been quite busy.
Yep.
Well, Scholar Hughes has been missing since the attack on his tower. As his patron, I am quite concerned. I want you to find him. You are, how shall I say, uniquely suited to the task.
Maybe in this world Hadrian's Wall was farther north. Could be. I don't think that there's enough of this world similar to Earth to say that there would have been an Hadrian's Wall. But it's an interesting possibility.
I could ask the same question. For all I know, Formerus Hughes is on the run from you. I am willing to assume that's not the case. Simply put, you may be my only chance of locating Hughes, just as I may be yours.
Has word of the Tuatha not reached you at all? Why would I be working with the Tuatha?
Don't be obtuse. I am his patron. As such, I own everything that Scholar Hughes produces. I suppose that includes you as well.
No.
The secrets in his laboratories are meant for gnome eyes only. They must be controlled at any cost.
There is no circumstance under which you could be possibly allowed to claim ownership of me. it would go very poorly for you.
It would seem the incident in Alistar made Scholar Hughes a touch paranoid. Every time we receive a clue about his location, he vanishes before I can reach him. But he's running out of places to hide. It's my opinion that there's one hope left of finding Hughes. You.
Must control urge to dwarf toss. Indeed. I mean, there are a number of aspects to the gnomes that make me feel like they could also be dwarves, or like this world's version of dwarves. Like, we're probably, unless they get introduced in one of the unless dwarves get introduced in one of the expansions that I haven't played yet, it feels like gnomes basically are this world's dwarf.
I'm grateful. Scholar Hughes is quite fortunate to have friends like us. Hughes has an old laboratory in the cavern of Saltwell Mines. I believe he's been conducting research there since the destruction of Alistar Tower. Find him, and you will be rewarded for your contribution to science. I will await your success in the Librarium in Edessa.
The DLCs I've played don't have dwarves. Fair enough. Yeah, it seems like for the gnomes in this game, the creators took gnomes and dwarves both from D&D, so D&D gnomes, D&D dwarves, and pushed them together so that you've got like the kind of vaguely Scottish brogue that dwarves often are supposed to have, and the gnomish interest with science, and the dwarven interest in like crafting and like, well, both gnomes and dwarves tend in D&D particularly to have an interest in crafting and in the natural sciences and like creating machinery.
He may have returned to his old laboratory in Saltwell Mines, but if any of my people approach, he'll flee. He's quite paranoid, for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, the whole reason that
What is it?
the Tuatha found him in Alistar in Odorath is that one of the gnomes working for him leaked information to rivals, probably of Octien, for money, so basically bribes, and that information because it was out there was found by by the Tuatha. I was about to say chakrams just because I was looking at the word. Wait, what do chakrams of Ravening do? Chance to steal 15 mana per hit. Well, I'm probably not going to bother with a component like that. If only because I don't really use spells that much. Oh, interesting. This place has a home symbol. A house symbol next to it. Naros involves new types of giants, some friendly, some not. Deadkel is about ghost pirates. I don't remember any new races at all. Fair enough. Completely unsurprised that Deadkel features ghost pirates.
There's no work here for you, stranger. Check with Motus if you're looking for a job. You'll not find one with us.
He sounds pretty beaten down, doesn't he?
I've lived in the Hollowlands for a time. seen lights and heard rumbles from the top that could have been the world's quietest storm, or very powerful magic. Mark my words, there's something happening up there. I've spent a lot of time here in the Hollowlands, living off the soil and the wildlife. I thought I'd finally made a living for myself when I discovered the mineral deposits here. Not sure what I'll do now that Motus has stolen my workers, but I'll think of something. Motus will get theirs someday.
Oh, I expect so. Oh, ravining, like those arcane barghests. Yeah. Yeah, now that you say it, it does seem like ravining is basically what barghests do. Arcane barghests, not ordinary barghests.
They call themselves a mining operation. They're more like a thieves' den. I was in the Hollowlands long before they ever set up shop. Once they got settled, they offered better wages to my workers. Every single one of them is working for Motus now. I couldn't compete with that kind of money.
Now I wonder whether the workers are still on those better wages, or whether it was just like an initial burst of money to lure them away.
I hired a small army of gnomes to help me with the mine. Spent a lot of money transporting them here and gave them a good living. And the miserable bastards have the gall to leave me for Motus.
So there's Aaron Excavations mine and Aaron Excavations office. And other things. Oh, it's locked and I can only open it with the proper key. Is this also a place that I can own as a home? You don't see that symbol very often. Yes, player house. I thought so. I thought that that symbol meant ownable player housing. I was just thinking, you know, it's odd that the dragon skeleton here doesn't seem to have any way for these long wings to interface with the ribcage. Like, you would expect there to be I think this is called a clavicle or a what bone is it? Don't remember. It's actually the second one I got in the first game I played. Oh, fair enough. I would definitely expect to see a shoulder blade somewhere in this slot of bones here. But there doesn't appear to be any such bones, which is maybe they're buried. I mean, maybe you could just explain it by saying that they're buried. Forgot about this chest. Ceremonial Dagger. I wonder whether this will be. I figure they are buried in dirt, like the neck. Yeah, fair enough. I figure that this will be a quest objective. A dagger that may have at one point been of great value to some organization or group. Let's take it. Oh, hey.
Helios heard the call, and looking down upon the desert, grew irritated. His mighty works were undone, and his brilliance spurned. He called Freykr to his side, and implored the fiery god to strike Saina from the skies. Freykr agreed, but as Saina was too strong, he asked Helios to lend him some of his fire as well. So Helios gave Freykr the flames of the sun.
I watch them day by day, their foolish meddling scampering to separate one piece of earth from a slightly different piece of earth. Fae know that the land will endure, will heal any wounds mortals can inflict. But I worry that these wounds may be long to heal. I cannot act, I am bound by our beliefs. But an agent of change could cauterize these wounds by making the century plants bloom. Have you met her? Fair and dark as the night itself. She will sleep until my time is past. Then I will lie down and dream while she walks the sands.
Interesting.
I shepherd the surface while Orenda sleeps beneath. I await the day when I may lay down to rest as Orenda does, beneath the sands. The mortal's growing influence in this world wearies me. Normally they blossom only every 100 years. The land stirs and wakens, and what was worn away rejuvenates. That is the way of things.
And you want me to go against the way of things to activate the century plants early, hey?
In ages past, we danced in circles on the dunes and sang sweet songs to the distant peaks. Now I alone walk here, while Orenda dreams in reverie below.
So presumably we'll find a sleeping fae in one of the caves that we explore.
The little mortals, you mean? Forever cutting, clearing, digging, will they never stop? Won't they tire of it and go away?
Well, yes, but only if they stop finding the slightly different bits of Earth that you so derisively say that they are trying so hard to separate from bits of Earth. Can you guess what century plants look like? Those big glowing flowers that I was investigating before. By any chance?
Oh, I cannot make them bloom, not now. When the time is right, one fae whisper will do. You mortals are not bound as we are. You can grow such things out of season. You wouldn't know with these little mortals here, but these lands are a fae place. And fae places need refreshing from time to time. The blooming of the century plants is the fastest road to recovery.
I did guess that this was a Feyland, actually, given that there were boggarts and barguests and Faegorta around.
The century plants have deep ties to the pulse and marrow of the land. Their breath wakens the desert, causes the rocks to stir and grow. A friend of the sands, you'll do what needs doing. You will need Petrichor. Here is a skinful I have gathered. But first, you must ready the plant with fire. Only after fire will they drink the Petrichor. There are 3 century plants in this land just now. Make all 3 bloom, and all will be well.
Isn't Petrichor the smell of earth after the rain? Yeah. It's even spelled the same way. Petrichor is the earthy scent produced when rain falls on dry soil. The word is constructed from Greek petra, rock, or petros, stone, and ichor, the fluid that flows in the veins of gods in Greek mythology. Sometimes pronounced Ica.
For each of the 3 upon the sands, scorch it with fire, then slake it with the Petrichor I gave you. Farewell.
Yeah, there we go. Orenda. She's apparently up and about. Seems. Need to go around him. That's a long drop, eh? Ooh, hello. Leggings of the Wanderer. Let's see what they're about. Ooh, and they're finesse as well. Critical hit damage, lockpicking, poison damage, bleeding resistance, finesse abilities. That's quite cool. Surrounded by foes, Corin hid in a cave where he found this armor. In his newfound armor, Corin faced his enemies, and they died. I think I've got another piece of this. I'll have to wait until I gain access to my stash. But definitely recognise that description. A weird little space. It's not connected to anything. Oh, well, not connected to anything above ground. But presumably there's a ladder inside that gets you up to the second... Well, I assume that there's a second floor. Marked by the wooden section, but there's also no windows. Which is a bit weird. Although, maybe that bit... That square up there... I wonder what this is about. Oh, hey.
I wish the Fae would get out of Canyon Hill so we can work. There's money to be made and we're not making it.
Yes, making money, the only important thing in the world. I don't really care about bloodthirst. Ooh, hey. A dive point. Yeah, some buildings in this game are purely decorative. I don't mind decorative buildings, it's just... There is such a thing as a decorative building. I think it's usually called a folly in Britain, anyway. And they're constructed by extremely wealthy people on their private lands as a sort of... Yeah, decoration, like a garden decoration, just a really, really big one. But why a mining operation would build such a folly purely for decoration in this location? Like, it has to be a storage facility.
Always bring headwear, lest the sun burn you down.
And where is your headwear? Oh, there we go. What region is that the map of? It ain't here. I assume that that's Windrose in the corner, indicating north with the big arrow. I mean, things that are for gameplay purposes not usable by the player. How is something
Always
not...
bring headwear, lest the sun burn you down.
How is something that isn't for player interaction something that is for gameplay? Oh, never mind.
Looks like I'm in luck. Didn't expect to see so heavily armed an adventurer wandering into our camp. Are you interested in a job? I've got a Fey beast situation I need taken care of.
Oh, I mean decorative in the sense that it's there to decorate a map. Ah, fair enough, okay. I still think that if you're trying to decorate, like fill out, populate the map with objects, you need to put a bit more thought into the design of them. Otherwise, weirdos like me come along and question your decisions.
Excellent. A pack of wild Fey have holed up at the Canyon Hill site at the top of the ledge. I've already dispatched a scholar to investigate, but he hasn't returned. You'll find him near the road towards the mine. I'll have more information for you there. but it isn't useful for much else. A coward refuses to go near the Fae. Get to the site and figure out why those blasted things have come out of the mine, and then get rid of them. Speak to the scholar when the deed is done. He'll pay you.
I don't think it's that cowardly to refuse to go near wild Fae creatures. Like, they very frequently kill people. And he's a scholar, not an adventurer or a soldier or even a miner, where he does physical activity all day, every day. He works with books and ink.
Oh, where are my manners? Foreman Vire at your service. This here is Motus Mining's latest outfit, and my care and charge.
Oh, I know, it's a thing that I love to tinker with in-game, that let you tinker with things. Yeah, building objects, like building, putting together buildings, or just being able to place them freely is quite fun.
They were our biggest competition, and they discovered this site, actually. When we caught wind of it, we made sure to get up here with a bag of gold for each of his workers. So they promised to work for us instead, of course. Work like a charm. Poor Edgar had never found a way to recover from that. There's no one else to run his mine. He probably couldn't find the money to pay them even if he found new staff. If I sound proud of us, it's 'cause I am. It was a big victory for Motus.
But are you continuing to pay your work as well, or was it a one-time thing?
I've seen some strange things. Flickers and flashes from the top of that mountain. No idea what causes it, and I don't want none. We've got our hands full down here as it is.
His shield-shaped eye patch and, like, the whole deal with his feathered hat and carefully coiffured facial hair makes me think of nothing so much as Empire in old Warcraft before Age of Sigmar. Like, that's the kind of head that you'd put on a dude whose torso is poking out the top of a steam tank.
He's a weak-eyed, knock-kneed, biscuit-biting excuse for a scholar. But he's the one I've got, so that's that. A forsaken, wretched wasteland with more beasts than grains of sand. Still, by the domes of Odessa, I'll not see this venture fail. If it weren't for the beast lurking at our doorstep every day, I'd find this place quaint. As it is, I can barely retain my sanity. Capstan Odvar runs an inn and serves as our chief of security.
I don't know what he's talking about with masses and masses of creatures. I've barely... Well, okay, so I've met a lot of Mergen, but I don't think that's what he's talking about. I've not really met very many wild Fae, and the ones I have been south of here, along the other edge of the map.
I receive reports of strange happenings in those caverns. One of the workers claimed he saw horrifically scarred men wandering near Saltwell mouth.
Saltwell, that's where I'm supposed to go and find Fomerus. The Sons of Laz his work? I don't think that's right. I think the Sons of Laz are the work of one of Fomerus's apprentices, and Fomerus is already left by the time we get there. That's my vague recollection. I don't think Fomerus is responsible for the Sons of Laz.
Our scholar Ainser ought to be at the canyon hillside, getting to the bottom of this damn hold-up. He ought to be back already, telling me how he fixed it. If you do see him, give him a kick for me and tell him to get on with it. I've got miners just standing around not mining. Good eve.
Oh, that's what I'm looking at. The excavation officer is over there. Okay. wonder if there are any quests in here. There are. Splendid. And this is an unusual layout as well. This is the food prep area. After complaining about not finding food prep areas a few weeks ago, this is the second one I've found in as many days. That's weird. That's a chest that I cannot interact with. An official-looking document, yet hastily scribbled. Plant report. I cannot believe my fortune. Oh, the Journal of Absalon Cornel. I cannot believe my fortune. Word of a plant came to me today, a magnificent plant that resides in a little-travelled canyon of the Hollowlands. Reginald, who works out of the Dunehead mine... Oh, that's interesting. This is spelled without an S, so it's Dunehead rather than Dune's Head, as it is on the map. Passes near it occasionally on his walks, and has mentioned that it grows as fast as the crow flies, that it bleeds an aura that he can only describe as magical. I believe I've read of this kind in the Spagyric Museum, and would like immensely to take a sample, though I know not if I should venture the risk. There have been reports of Dunehead miners disappearing, several of them from Reginald's own group. Miner. Wonder what's upstairs. Beds. Makes sense. These are rather nicer beds than the Warsworn get to bunk in, aren't they? Like they're actual properly constructed beds, not like little cots.
I'm not sure what's... You look well armed. Aren't you hear about the Croddock? We have a vicious one on our hands. It's about the desert, killing any workers it can catch. How in blazes it developed a taste for gnome flesh, only that damn thing knows. Confound it. Between the Canyon Hill incident and that beast, our schedule's ground to a halt.
That's twice he's stepped forwards with his fist in the air. The body language in this game is a bit weird. This is the first time I've heard of a Croddock as well.
They were the first mining operation here in the Hollowlands. Foreman by the name of Edgar Aaron. Rumour has it he spent every coin he had building his mine. When Motus moved in, they waved bags of gold in the faces of Aaron's workers. The next day, they all jumped ship. It's tragic, but it's business. We don't know where it got a taste for the gnome miners, but it's been terrorising the Dunehead mine. Motus is offering a considerable bounty for its demise. Once word got out that Edgar Aaron had found this mineral-rich site, Motus rushed to get an operation set up here. I'm all the muscle they bothered to send. I'm the lone guard Motus hired to protect this place. They've given me a chief of security title, but that means nothing when I've got no men to command. Now we've got a Croddock that's more than a match for a small army. I know better than to go out there alone.
Yeah, definitely seems like Motus skimped on the important things like security for the site.
No one knows what's at the top of Cloudcrest, but that don't stop folks speculating. I've heard the first Fae set foot in Amalur came from there. That'd explain why there are so many of them in Detir.
No, false. The first Fae in Amalur stepped foot in the Cradle of Summer, way to the north.
Know it as well as my own calloused hand. That's why they pay me good gold to sit here. You won't find much on the surface here, but trapped below is the salvation of Odessa's future. We've the raw materials under our feet to equip entire armies. And that's why you'll find Motus mining and, such as it is, Aaron excavations digging here.
Why does Odessa need armies?
Canyon Hill is up the eastern ledge. That's the one that spooked the miners. The Dune Head operation's hardly begun thanks to a vicious Croddock.
Like, Odessa is at best a city-state. They're not involved in the Tuatha in the Crystal War. That's the main thing you see over and over with gnomes' overconfidence. Yeah, like, the thing is that they're not involved in the Crystal War against the Tuatha, so quite why they want to equip masses of people with armor and weapons. What are they intending? Are they planning to sweep north and set up a Roman-style empire?
I've heard the rumours. They might be saints or bastards, but they've coin to spare, and that's enough for me.
It shouldn't be.
We don't have separate rooms, but we've got beds upstairs. It'll cost you, though. We're the closest thing to an inn for leagues around us. I've heard bizarre tales about those caves. The workers swear they've seen ghastly men, ravaged by some plague or foul magic, pacing round the entrances.
I expect the gnomes are acting defensive because they may or may not expect the Tuatha to come for them next. Well, I mean, that's a reasonable worry, but the Tuatha are still held at Melson Shear. Like, sure, the defensive isn't growing great for Melson Shear, but it's far from broken. And then, even if the Tuatha do come, they're mostly going to focus on Rathir first, so the gnomes have got ages before they start, like, actually being threatened. And I imagine that they've got a reasonable standing force as it is.
You got the picture. Don't know how the damned old thing got a taste for him, but once it gets an idea, there's no stopping it. We've put a price on its hide, but who'd be crazy enough to earn it?
I'd try.
Well, you sure? All right, it's your funeral. You should speak to Edgar Aaron of Aaron Excavations. He'll know how to find Bloodbane. Edgar's lived in the Hollowlands longer than any of us. Speak to Edgar Aaron of Aaron's Excavations. He's been in the Hollowlands longer than any of us. He'll know how to find Bloodbane. I'll warn you, though, Edgar's bitter about Motus luring away his workers away with higher wages. He probably finds the situation ironic now that Bloodbane is attacking Dunehead Mine. You look like you can take care of yourself, but you
always
should be
bring
careful out
headwear,
there.
lest the sun burn you down.
So, is the Croddock what Apulevaya was talking about, holding up his mining operation? Oh no, that's Dune's Head, isn't it? So the Croddock is around Dune's Head, and Enser the Sage, or the Scholar, is up here instead. I wonder why the quest marker has gone from Arenda.
There's no work here for you, stranger. Check with Motus if you're looking for a job. You'll not find one with us. Capstan sent you my way, did he? Yes, I'm familiar with old Bloodbane. This Croddock is extremely protective of a particular pack of brownies. The surest way to draw it out of hiding is to attack those brownies. They help Bloodbane hunt, you see. I'll mark the territory on your map for you. Good luck. No one's been able to best the creature yet, and it would be unfortunate if you didn't make it back.
Thanks, dude. I'm absolutely not going to struggle against this Craddock. Even if... Oh, here we are, okay. Even if it were the correct level for me. I've beaten Craddock before that have been my level. And that's not going to be the case now. It's under my level. Nothing to find. Oh well. Ooh. Sky Blossom. Why is there a hammer symbol? Is that someone who can repair things? And Alex Anatole. Yeah, that hammer symbol will be repairing. He'll probably be a tinker or something. Return of my most hated foe. Crates. I wonder what these are for. Add it to junk? Yeah. If it were possible to... If that was a... Oh no. Ceremonial Dagger. Add to junk. I was kind of expecting the Ceremonial Dagger to be a quest objective, or a quest item, but given that I can add it to junk, I'm guessing that it isn't? I don't know, I'll keep hold of it for a little while, just in case it turns out to have a use, but now I'm wondering whether it doesn't. Oh, hold on, Jolting Daggers, I can probably get an electricity component out of them. I've got 74 of 80 items in my inventory, so...
Oh, I'm in a terrible bind. I don't dare go forward, and I certainly can't go back. Mind you, I wouldn't go up that eastern ledge. It's most unsafe. Oh yes, a stalwart foreman. He sent you after me, I suppose. It's a place of mystery and intrigue. No one knows what lurks at the top, though everyone's got a guess.
Someone doing magic. Seems to be the consensus.
Scholar of mineralogy, Motus Mining, and unwitting adventurer. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
Okay, so a scholar of mineralogy. Not even like a Scholia Arcana type of scholar where you might be expecting him, might reasonably be able to expect him to like shoot lightning or fireballs. No, he is a study the rocks type of scholar. I don't know what the foreman is expecting this guy on his own to be able to manage against Fey Beasts when he's got a dude who they've hired for security. Okay, just one dude, but a guy who they've hired for site security sitting around in a tavern doing nothing.
Edessa could not have been built without the Motus Mining interest. I've heard tales of terrifyingly scarred men appearing at the entrance of the caverns from time to time. I don't care why they're there, I just don't want them anywhere near me. Yes, well, no. I got 10 paces up the slope when I spotted those Fey.
What's a scholar to do against hordes of vicious beasts? One of those boggarts, it shook its fist at me.
Yep, terrifying, eh?
Yes, and find out what's wrong. Now that I've found it, and have no desire to investigate further.
There were boggarts, lots of boggarts. And I think I saw a thresh.
Ooh, a thresh would be...
I was rather too busy running to note the particulars.
A thresh would be quite difficult to deal with. I'll give him that.
Well, if you were willing to go first, I would have no objection to trailing behind at a safe distance.
Fair.
I've yet to discover a reason for their presence. Let's keep going. Lead the way. Up the slope we go.
So I am actually going to fast travel somewhere I can sell stuff because my inventory is almost full.
Oathblade.
And I don't think that there's anywhere I can sell stuff back in that mining operation. There is a tavern, but it's not got anyone who can sell stuff, and you can't sell things to a repairer. Not that I remember.
Sand inside your armor.
If you're traveling, you'll need supplies.
Please give me a supply of gold.
The Hermit Blacksmith is here. Here in the...
I wonder where her other guard has gone. There were 2 people standing behind her before. And now one of them has wandered off. Oh, hey, welcome back. Noma does. Does DZ? I was told I can only go to the tavern if vaccinated. I don't think that Amalur is suffering from a problem of plague.
Be careful out in the sands.
Well, not the whole of Amalur. In fairness, there is a plague affecting Didenhill, or there was, being spread by the plague-bearer boggarts, as you might expect from boggarts named plague-bearers. But we've dealt with that. And it's not transmissible by coughing on people, in any case. It's only transmitted by... boggart scratches. Now then, we've got a thresh to deal with up ahead. Ooh, Fae! Sprites! Hello. Cut that out. I wouldn't really call this distance safe, if I'm honest. I was expecting him to be further back. Further behind. Where's that thresh? Oh, it'll be that mark on the ground there, won't it?
Something at the end of the trail.
Oh no, that's a bedroll. Did he confuse Sprite Frost Champion for a thresh? Oh no, there it is. No, hold on. That's a Fae. That's not a thresh. That's what's her name. Orenda. Yep, I'm still in that area. I forced sleep for 48 hours, 2 days, and the trolls to the east of that area don't seem to be respawning. Oh, that's a shame. I haven't needed trolls to respawn for a quest or anything. Or because I feel like facing trolls. But perhaps going to a different area and doing quests there and then coming back might be the key. I wonder where my gnome friend has gone. Oh, there he is. Just... Glad I don't have to deal with a thresh.
Another come to steal the light, come to trouble the reverie.
Nope.
I long to return to the reverie. While Calavar walks the sands, I must sleep. He and I are two where there once were many. We lived then wild on dune and crag. Now he watches the waking day, and I tend to the dreaming murmurs of the stone. When I became aware the light was gone, the shell of the reverie cracked, and my dream self wandered free. Long, long ago, I wandered lost in the dark of night. I cried a pool into a rocky basin, and starlight gathered there. I fashioned this into a jewel, and by its light found my way home. Is it any wonder that I hold it so dear?
No. Wonder what has happened here. Probably Motus Mining has nicked something that they shouldn't have.
They are my friends, drawn here as I drift between the dream world and the world of the waking. The light, source of solace, snuck in, sharp knives, soft feet, stole the jewel from my side. Took it northward, through the narrow rocks, to their village of wood and cloth.
Ah, okay. So, probably not Motus then. Took it north, probably into Azelrond, right? I mean, I guess that this could count as north, but through the narrow rocks suggests to me through these rather than through here, you know? So we've got 1, 2, 3 century flowers. Yeah, century flowers to bloom. And this Cruddock to deal with. What's the longer term? Kill some brownies. Okay. So let's go round, I guess. Where my gnome friend has gone. Did he run all the way back to the camp? Oh, what did I do that for? There was a jump point right there. Ooh. Shadowthorn and achievement, cartographer. Pile of rocks. Great Sword of Morning will be a quantity of damage percent damage increase during the day. I expect. Hello. Trying to creep up on me, were you? What does Marauder's Chakrams do? Damage versus beasts and constructs. No, I don't think I care about that. That's a shame. Section of the bone worn away. Wonder whether this dragon skeleton is one of the beings talked about in the Lorestone myth. That we've been hearing parts of. Oh, there are the brownies, okay. Yeah, I've been seen. Hello. Go, Bonita. Ouch. No more spewing horrible... Ooh, greatly damaging fulcrum. No more spewing horrible fly gas breath. Thank you. So what do I need to do here? Set it on fire. There we go. I don't know whether that was the fire ability I used, or if I was just close enough suddenly for it to react.
Fire from the heavens struck Saina, and her plumage burst into flames. She flew high to cool her feathers and dove to extinguish the fires. Still nothing would cease the burning, and she knew that she was doomed. So she absorbed as much of the heat of the sun and the spirit of fire as she could, and fell dead to the earth. Now, only her bones remain, but she will rise again if life is threatened in the Hollowlands.
Is this Saina? This skeleton here, do you suppose? Oops. All right. Okay. Maybe the blooming of the century plants is what it will take for Ah, you do actually need to use a fire ability, whether it be from weapons or from spells, before you can interact with the sentry plants. Okay. I wonder whether blooming all of the sentry plants will cause these ways to open up. Or maybe leaving Cloudcrest. Like maybe you enter Cloudcrest this way and then leave that way. Where was the last of them? Over here. And I don't think there's a fast travel. Well, I mean, I suppose I could go to Saltwell Caverns. Oh, right, no, I still want to have a fire ability. No, can't reach. All right. So now back to the mine, so that we can explore, find out what's going on down there. Find out where the Fomerus really is down here. Doesn't look like that's actually... I mean, when you look at the interior of that space, it looks like it just closes down into nothing. Bit weird. Fairgorta. Hello, chaps. Could have done that better. Oh well, it didn't hurt me much. I've only got 10 picks left, wow. Excuse me for one moment, please. Pick up Saltwell Site Lab Notes Day 21. Laboratory facilities are in place, and the arid environment proves to be an excellent preserving agent for our specimens. This promises to be an excellent site to test my theories. I only wish Fomerus shared my enthusiasm. Repeated the word excellent twice there. Could have written that better. Tempered gauntlets, what do those do? Just extra armor. I could break those down for armor components. Daggers of execution. Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Daggers of execution. Chance to critical hit? No, I don't think that I want those in junk. I want to break them down for parts. So there's a jump point here. bunch of Sons of Laz. Fomerus Hughes. Okay, weird. So we'll come around here and jump down here, I guess, once we're done. Wonder why these are not hostile, but these are. It's also entirely possible that Sons of Laz means Sons of Lazarus. Though quite why a world like Amalur, which doesn't have a Bible or anything, would include references to biblical figures, I cannot guess. By all appearances, this gnome died some time ago in a rather brutal fashion. Clutched in his hand are a key and an old scrap of parchment. Oh, hello. I thought that might happen. What a stupid groaning sound. Handy for us that this corpse of a gnome had a key on him, which presumably is the key for this door. Yep, there we go. Emergency supply key. Another dead gnome. No, I think I'll... There we go. Junk. 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 Saltwell Lab Notes, day 142. The lenses are quick to attune to the subjects, and the reanimation was surprisingly simple, but none of my subjects seem to retain any semblance of their mental state, or even any consciousness at all. Suspect the problem lies in the arcane current. I'm simply not using enough power to transfer the mind along with the body. Fomerus has voiced too many concerns with the project to be of use. I've already informed the Templar. With any luck, Fomerus will be shipped off somewhere and I can delve further into my work, unimpeded. Well, we know, because we're here, that Fomerus's work was going to be successful, that he had the correct approach, or he found the correct approach eventually. So whatever it was that the gnome here was doing, it obviously only resulted in Sons of Laz. Saltwell site, lab notes, day 233. My backers have finally agreed to my requests and have provided a piece of cystine prismere. I can't imagine what they paid for this, or to whom, but the results will surely be worth the bargain. With this, I should have more than enough power for a complete transfer. If anything, there may be too much power. Must remember to stay shielded on the observation deck. I wonder how that went for him. These glowing tubes of green aren't ominous at all. I mean, they're all over the place. Oh, hey, cool. Only just decided to comment on them now. Don't care about any of those. So let's just sell them later. Okay. I thought maybe the weird appearance to the stuff inside was because whatever it was inside was kind of weird and bumpy, but it looks like to me that it's the glass that's bumpy rather than being whatever it is inside being sort of a weird coruscating sort of a substance, because it's uniform and it reflects, like it's faceted. Parts of it reflect light from outside, so that's an effect of the surface, not from whatever's inside. Huh. It's kind of amazing that they bothered to put in an incinerator. Presumably it's for disposing of all the corpses that they summoned that didn't succeed in the... Oh, there's a pile of corpses there as well. Ugh. But this place smells incredible. It is a bit weird how they all play exactly the same voice line, or, well, sound. When they die. Tattered documents. I don't think this will be readable. No, just the writings on these documents are too faded to be of value. Yeah, let's leave that. Oh, there's a bed here for some reason. Like 30 feet from... Well, maybe not 30 feet, but how far would this be, do you suppose? There's a pile of corpses here, and now that I look at it in here, against this wall, there's corpses, just piles and piles of corpses all around here. So this room and this corridor, particularly as it's next to the incinerator where they burn bodies. So this whole corridor here must smell dreadful. And then there's like, what do we want to call this? 30 feet? 40 feet? And then another, let's be generous and say 40 feet. So 80 feet. So 80 feet away, through a very wide open corridor from this bed, is just piles and piles of rotting corpses. What an incredible place to sleep. When did I lose so many lockpicks? Weird. And there's more beds. Delightful. Yeah, we're making our way there. I wonder whether this is... Oh no, this is a fair Gorta. I was wondering whether this would be another... incinerator room, but it doesn't seem as though it is. Junk, junk, take that, junk. Noble's longsword will be just a health component. Oh, more corpses. Fun. I suppose these ones are behind a door, so maybe their smell is concealed somewhat. Fomerus should be in here. How's it going, Foamy? Ooh, there's a chest back here. And then we just jump down from there. So what do you want to reckon there's going to be enemies pouring in from down that corridor as soon as we start, or once we've finished perhaps talking to Fomerus, eh?
Have I been down here so long? Is the madness so great that I see the faces of the damned before me? Or is it really you? It is! By the tome! Come closer. Let me look at you. It has been an eternity since I've seen a trusted face.
How did he know that it was really me? Did I reach out and boop him on the nose or something?
Are you? In many ways, your awakening has brought me nothing but misery. But that is not your fault. I am to blame for all of it. Wait. Do you hear that sound?
There we go.
It could be the Sons of Laz, but it could be someone else.
Fighty time. Hello. These aren't to Arthur. What do you chaps want, eh? You'd think the last of them would go, maybe this isn't working. Maybe I should run away. Hood of Gouging. What does the Hood of Gouging do? Piercing damage. I wonder what component does that. Let's break it down and see whether we can get it. Conqueror's Feyblade. What do those do? Damage versus Niskaru. I mean, again, damage versus one specific enemy type isn't really all that useful, because you don't meet enemies of that type often enough, I don't think. Add that to junk.
The last we spoke, it was the Tuatha that reduced my lab to cinders. Now it's assassins. Everywhere I go, destruction follows. I've grown so weary of it, my friend. All I ever wanted was to unlock death's secrets, to shed light on the shadows. I never wanted this. Thank you for more than just your protection, for being the one good thing to come of this disaster. I have few friends, but I gladly count you among them. You must be mistaken. I've tried to contact him ever since I fled Alistar, but he never replied. Until now. Tien. Of course. When all the facts are considered, the truth will emerge. I am a fool. Octien has sent you to search for me. To have us killed together. Those assassins are proof of this. The Well of Souls is his project. Once it was functioning, he no longer needed me. Not if he could salvage the well in Alistar with Ventrinio's help.
Ventrinio must be the previous person who he worked with and who created the Sons of Laz.
Ventrinio de Selini. We used to work together in this lab on
There we go.
projects sponsored by Dengar Octien. When we were tasked with creating the well, Ventrinio sought to use any means at our disposal, regardless of the implications or consequences. Eventually, he was taken away, and I was sent to work at Alistar. But it seems he continued his work here, long enough to create those monsters.
Nice to hear Bonita die in the background after the magic runs out. So, Fomorous Hughes's Well of Souls is the conscientious free-range, organic, renewable Well of Souls, and the other guys is the corrupted, any means necessary version.
They are the animated dead. Early experiments in the field of immortality. They will forever haunt these cursed caverns. Ventrinio named them after a mythical figure who rose from the dead. He looked on them and saw potential. I see only abominations.
Okay, so they're named after a mythical figure who rose from the dead, who in our world on Earth is Lazarus, who is talked about in the Bible. I don't know what mythology Ventrinio was looking at for here, but...
No, not me. But Ventrinio's old notes suggest that he may know a way into Alabastra. I wonder, perhaps, is it possible that you have met Ventrinio already? That would explain it. You were attuned to his well, but raised from mine. Unfortunately, the only way to find Ventrinio is to go through Templar Octien, which will not be easy now that we know of his treachery. Never. The only voice he wishes to hear is his own. We cannot deal with Octien within the boundaries of Edessa. Not alone. There is one who has the power to discredit him. Templar Joriel. She is reputed for her wisdom and strength of character. And as I recall, she and Octien do not exactly see eye to eye on matters of policy.
Cool. I wouldn't imagine that somebody who has strong moral character would agree with Octien.
If Joriel can make Octien answer for his crimes, then we will gain access to his information. That includes the location of Ventrinio's lab. If you wish to uncover the mystery of your deaths, then you will need Ventrinio. He is the key to Alabastra. Find Templar Joriel in Edessa. We don't have much evidence, but I have a feeling she will help us.
We also don't have much evidence besides your say-so that Ventrinio will get me into Alabastra at all. I wouldn't have thought there would be any connection between them. The first time it's even come up.
Ah, Edessa, the great gnomish city-state. Knowledge, reason, and logic rule there, as do bureaucracy and intrigue.
And corruption.
A clever gnome can go far in that city, and a wise gnome goes far away from it. It's everything I've been able to put together concerning Templar Octien's crimes, with supporting evidence from Ventrinio's notes and correspondence. I always suspected I might need leverage over Octien. It seems Ventrinio felt the same. You must remember to thank him for me. I am Fomorous Hughes, Scholar of Vivification, Prime Circle. The Well of Souls was my life's work. The Templars rule from the Forum, and you can't get a thing done in the city without the sponsorship of one of them. They can be powerful allies, but the one thing you don't want to do is get on their bad side.
I think I could manage that. And survive.
My old colleague, Ventrinio Desilini. For a time we worked together under Templar Octien. He was a brilliant scholar, but a terrible person. I told Octien he couldn't be trusted and refused to work with him, but it appears the Templars simply moved him to another lab with some mysterious assistant. Oh, don't call it that. You're just having a talk with Oktien in the library. In return for your discretion, he'll give us what we want. I know it's unpleasant, but when you work with the Templars, you just start thinking this way. It helps you stay alive.
I wasn't judging you for blackmailing a blackguard. Rather think it's what he deserves. I wonder what this object is supposed to be for. There was one like it in the Alistar facility. But I can't think that that's what the Well of Souls is, because that's not where... Like, that's not the big weird circle thingy. Oh, there's more Sons of Laz. Oh no, they're assassins. The White Palm. Wonder how many there are. Oh, okay. No more in the rest of the map. Just here. Staff of Execution. Chance to critical hit. Let's take that. Break it down. Always like chance to critical hit. Let's go back to Calavar. Probably the quicker way would be to fast travel to here. And then run around.
Greetings.
Greetings. I can smell them on the dry winds. Your eyes may not see the natural decay, but I assure you, it is there. The little meddlers may do their worst. The Hollowlands will endure it and mend the wounds they make. For now, then.
Surprised I don't have a quest from Orenda to go and find her shiny thing.
Be careful out in the sands.
Death to crates! It looks like he's having a good time.
I've been hoping you'd come by. Miners report no sight or sound of Bloodbane since you ventured out into the desert. That means they can start work on the Dunehead site, and that you've earned your pay. Thank you for ridding us of that menace. If you hadn't happened along, who knows where we'd be? Whatever that thing calls a stomach, I suppose. You're welcome here any time, friend. Though there's not much to do but swing a pick at rocks. Aaron Excavations. They're the other mining outfit in the Hollowlands, our only competition. Though I wouldn't say that they're particularly stiff competition. You look like you can take care of yourself, but you should be careful out there.
What was it he wanted again?
Any sign of that worthless scholar? Didn't see him near the eastern ledge, did you? What I'd really like is for all the twisted, biting, howling things in this desert to just go away. but I'll settle for what help I can get opening that damn mine. Good eve.
I wonder where he's gone. He disappeared after I talked to
Always bring headwear, lest the sun burn.
the Fey woman over here. Oh, he's standing next to her. That's handy. He was behind me last time I saw him. By the way, if anyone's trying to talk to me in chat and I'm not responding, it's because I can't see. I do occasionally have trouble with the tablet I'm using to look at chat on, not connecting to the internet and just not letting me know. Let's try changing the Wi-Fi settings. That seems to be currently... Oh no, it's loading. Currently a stable connection is what I was going to say, but doesn't seem to be the case. Come on, stay connected.
The light! I cannot see,
It's beginning to make sense. This Fey maiden is real. But I believe we're speaking to a projection of her as she dreams.
Yep.
There is a Fey hollow under this mine, where I'll wager she sleeps. And these other Fey, they're drawn to the power of this projection. Restoring to her this light she speaks of might calm things down. Find me at the Motus mining office when you return it to her. I'll make sure you're duly compensated. No, I feel quite certain. The maiden we see here is a projection of her dream self, as she calls it. The real Fae's asleep, somewhere in the hollow below us, I'll wager. And these other wild Fae are drawn to the power she exudes while in this form. Most likely return what was stolen to the Fae made within the hollow. That is how these things tend to go. Look, down there.
Yeah, she still told us that people came and stole her light and went north with it. That's not north. That's west. Oh, now there are some dead bodies here. There weren't any before. I wonder why this has been left on the bodies, if they were attacked and killed. A strange duel, seemingly of Fey origin. The light pulses like a quickly beating heart. Let's have that. I need to find somewhere to sell my junk again. In fact, let's do that now. There'll probably be a quicker journey to a cellar here, won't there?
Off to work.
Rather than running through the halls of the Ironfast
I've got
Keep.
what you're looking for. At least until you tell me what you want, and I have to tell you I don't really have it. What can I say? He's an old friend, one of the oldest. The Scorias have done more than anyone for this town. Without them, Whitestone would be a festering ditch. No one from the outside can understand what we've been through. With the gnomes and now the mayor. It's time for the people of Whitestone to forge their own destiny.
Do you have any picks? No, but you do have repair kits, so we'll take them.
See you soon.
I'd quite like to find somewhere to get lockpicks. Wonder whether we'll find any hidden rooms in here. I kind of thought that these guys would be set to my level. And also the assassins that attacked us in, oh jeez, what's the word? Saltwell. I kind of thought that they'd be at our level, but apparently not. That's a shame. Rude. No, let's try going the other way. We can come back to here if there is, if it's a dead end and there's no other way to get to it. Pile of rocks. I wonder how they knew I was here. I have all of those, thank you. Quite a big place, they say. All this leads to is a section of corridor. I wonder why there's a door here. Thresher's Seal. +1 to each type of ability. This simple amulet has been imbued with the essence of a paragon thresh, one of nature's most balanced creations. Interesting. I'll have that, thank you. Cruel Longsword. That's probably going to be crit, isn't it? Critical hit damage. Take that and break it down later for parts. Yes, please. Oh, those are bitey plants. The knobheads. And you can't attack them. Well, you can't hit them. Tried it before. There's another one here waiting for me to get close enough to this black cohosh. Ah, it is a dead end. Okay. No, that's a hard chest. I think I'll leave that alone. What? Ah, I'd need to dispel this door to get through it. Okay. Let's give this a try. Oh, nice! It worked first time. Splendid. Hello, Leonash. I'm amazed it didn't notice me. So I'll have all of those, thank you. What? What invisible object am I stuck against here, hey? Ooh, lockpicks, I need them. Rallying Feyblades, what do those do? Nothing discernible, but I'll take them and break them down and see whether I get anything. Here we are. Here's your thing.
The light! Return to me! Did you do this? The blessings of the thorn and shadow be upon your head, little mortal. Now leave me to the reverie, and the deep shadow and the far wind sighs.
I wonder how that warded door closed again after the people who had come through here left.
This is home, the place of power. I can feel the mortal's presence above, taking, chipping away at the land. Calavar will not be pleased.
He wasn't.
I long to return to the reverie. While Calavar walks the sands, I must sleep. Now I have the light, the reverie will be untroubled. Now leave me be, little one. Leave me be. Ah.
Probably best if you pop that light somewhere a little bit more secure. Perhaps in a pocket or down your top or something. Right, and we didn't fully explore down here because I couldn't tell before I'd explored the map whether this was linked to the other areas or not. Wonder why we don't have any quests to go to Dune's Head yet.
relic, was that it? She called it a light. I wonder what possessed those fools to steal it. No matter. Facts are, without you, I'd still be tugging my beard at the bottom of that slope. So please have this. The interest rewards those who smooth its way. Foreman Vire, head harder than a rock and emptier than a mined-out stove. All this caused by a stolen jewel. Remarkable. As I've always said, there's no understanding Fae. All the same, we ought to have known we were digging right above a Fae hollow. Didn't seem important at the time, I suppose. So long.
Hopefully you reconsider the importance. Aha, a new quest.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. It's my miners. They've gone deranged. Bless my beard. Just as both sides were coming back to full operation, the lunatics fled out into the desert. I tried to stop one of them and saw nothing but a blank stare and a strange light behind the fellow's eyes. He looked cursed. This is the work of that Fae. The one who sits atop the hill on the outskirts of town.
I doubt it.
If you can find that Fae and make him fix this, he'll be duly compensated.
He had me go and do something that wasn't enchant your miners. I don't think that he would have done it on his own. I doubt that it's him.
Damn right. There's no other explanation.
I don't think so.
Calavar. Polite enough fellow, I suppose. But I'd never trusted him. When we first got this operation up and running, he'd appear out of the sands every once in a while and try to convince us to move out. It's so obvious now. I'll bet he was behind the other problems as well. The Crudock, the attack on Canyon Hill, all of it reeks of Fae magic.
The Fae don't have anything to do with Crudock?
Gulliver watches the mine from his perch on the hill to the south. You'll find him there. Didn't you hear me? They've gone soft in the head. Most ran off into the desert, some stayed in the mines. I tried to stop one of them and got nothing but a vacant stare and a strange light behind the fellow's eyes. Then he took off. He looked cursed. I bet my beard that damn Fae had something to do with this.
And I hope you're prepared to shave, because I don't think that he did.
Well, the Canyon Hill site's underway thanks to you. But for every step in this place, there's another stone to trip on. Surely you've heard the name. Odessa's most powerful mineral mining interest. Dug the very stones Odessa was built on, and the gems that power her. Nothing is going right. Nothing.
It might have been me returning the light to Aurel. Was it Aurel? Jeez, I can't remember anymore. Memory for names is terrible. Began with A at least. AU.
Greetings. What are you here for, mortal? I'll not suffer another child of dust. I've had enough of your lot. Especially those of you calling yourselves Edgar Aaron. I lent him my relic when he asked for help extracting resources from the ground. I believed I was aiding a friend. But Edgar Aaron deviated from his purpose. The plight of Orenda and the attack of the Crudock on the mortal camp perplexed me. I know now that Edgar caused them with my relic. If you wish to free the mortals from their predicament, you must seek out Edgar Aaron and take back the relic. With it in hand, speak to the miners to break the spell.
Oh, Edgar, what have you done? I would have helped you.
I have heard mortals refer to it as a stone or a jewel. Vast oversimplifications, as children of dust are wont to make. It is my light, as Orenda's lantern is hers. Edgar Aaron asked to borrow my relic to use in his mine. to draw the minerals the mortals find so valuable. I thought him worthy of friendship, and thus gave it to him. Alas, he has deviated from his purpose. The Credit attacks, the theft of Orenda's lamp, and now this. All of this petty sabotage is his doing, made possible by my relic.
Nuts.
The Marshal and I made a verbal contract. I would give him use of my light to help him clear the wild fae from his mine. In return, he agreed to gather his resources with my relic rather than the little mortal's methods, ripping and tearing at the land. He has instead shown his true quality, and now your miners are scattered to the winds. He has fled to his mine. If you truly wish to save the little mortals wandering the sands, you must retrieve my relic from him. You would do well to bring it back to me as well, when you have claimed it. It is a powerful relic, and could do much harm in the wrong hands.
Edgar, you knobhead.
For now, then.
Motus is corrupt enough that I imagine they've got dirt that I could have dug up on them to pressure them into leaving, but no. That's not how this is going. Oh, that's a bear trap, and I'm amazed that I didn't set it off. I was practically standing in it. These look like fey flowers. Or, well, they might be leaves. They're probably leaves, actually. This looks like a place for a fight.
You found me, stranger. Been speaking to Calavar, have you? You've been putting out fires for Motus all over the place, I hear. What can I do for you this time? You've spoken to the Fae, I presume. I thought I saw you scaling that cliff. He wasn't lying. I wanted Motus gone. But I never meant to take it this far. If he'd just packed up his damn operation, nobody would have been harmed. I did. With this little stone Calavar gave me, simply thinking a thing makes a wild fae do it. Unfortunately, I couldn't keep old Bloodbane from falling for your brownie bait. Calavar told me all about it, and how detrimental it would be if it were taken. Then I just had to tell a couple of gullible cutthroats about this incredibly valuable Fey relic buried in Shadowthorn Hollow.
There have to be other ways that he could have gone against mining, Motus mining, other than attack the workers. He could have used the stone for what he'd talked to the guy he got it from about. Like, he could have used it to draw minerals from his mine without mining.
Perhaps there is merit in cooperating with you. You kill Croddock and spelunk Fey Hollows for a living, after all. But if Motus doesn't leave the Hollowlands, I'm finished. There's no turning back for me. Kill this pest, boys!
Ah.
No, please spare me. I was just trying to make a living here. Success should have been mine. I started my operation long before Motus ever arrived. My workers have abandoned me, and I haven't made a single coin from this place. This was all I could do to reclaim what once belonged to me. You understand, don't you?
I really honestly believe there were other things he could have done, including use the stone for the purpose for which he negotiated taking it. I also don't think that he should be just let free after killing so many people by controlling Wild Fae to do that. And all the chaos he's caused, which have threatened people's lives. I don't think that no one attacks me and lives is the response I want to give to him. Because that's not what's important here. But I don't think that he should be left to wander about.
Fine, it's yours. Damn thing never did me any good anyway. I'm sure the Odessan Praetorians won't be far behind me now that the word's out. I won't be here when you return.
Calavar, that's the word, that's the name. Alright, so he's not just getting off scot-free, at least. There should be some justice. Take them for breaking down. Reviving ring. I don't think I care about that. That's probably just health regen or something. Whoops. That's a... didn't quite manage to avoid it. Or notice it in time. Wonder why he backed himself into a corner in the mine.
Greetings, Marshal. Let the little meddlers do their worst.
What am I supposed to do with... How do I give the thing back to him?
For now, then.
Oh, I actually need to go and free the miners. Oh, okay. Now that I've got it.
By the moon, where are these gazelles coming from? What was I saying?
I've undone Fey mind magic before with dispelling, so I'm surprised I couldn't do it here. Is Calavar stronger than the Maid of Windermere?
Reginald, what do we do? The house is aflame! The house is aflame! What? Oh, where is this? By my beard, how did I get so far into the desert? Where do you think you're going with my pickaxe, you wretch? No. Where is this? I promise this is the last time I partake in Detrian ale.
Yep, it was the ale.
I've
never noticed how close the ground is to the sky. I mean, I do now. It's a mistake I'll never make again. Wait, what was I saying? Oh, dear me, I have to go.
But not in any kind of a rush. No. So what do I do? Oh, there's one more. Okay. I wonder whether I can use the stone to open up this way now. That'd be cool. It's unlikely, but it'd be cool. Did I hear that just regrow? Nice. Boggart. And Fairgorta.
I could swear there was a lake here a moment ago. What? What happened? What in blazes is this?
Come to what is obviously a door. No, I can't interact with it. Okay. And now return here, but not to Calavar. I'm not going to give a gnome like Apul Vaya a powerful Fey artifact.
Well, it looks like everyone's back or on their way. We're in your debt once more. Edgar's facilities are vacant now. They're yours if you want them. They were never particularly profitable once his miners left him. But in the right hands, a few of the miners feel so indebted to you, they'd like to work there for you if you'll have them. You should visit the mine when you have a chance.
Well, that's good of them. I wish the game would give me an opportunity to pay them as well. That'd be nice. Boggart and Fairgorta, indeed.
Good day.
Can I mean, I made an assumption before, but I don't think that I can sell anything to
Name's
this guy.
Alex. Alex Anatole. Let me know if you've got any equipment that needs repairing. I'll get it back to you as good as new.
Yeah, no, it's only repair. Usually you only get 2 buttons down here. If you get more than 1, it's only 2.
They're Motus Mining's only competition out here. They set up shop first, actually, but they're just about finished. When Motus moved in, they lured the Erin workers with promise of higher wages. Erin excavations never recovered. I hear the foreman, Edgar Erin, is pretty bitter about it. He still hasn't left, though. Probably holding on to the hope he can get his business running again.
Information's a bit behind the times.
It's a dangerous region, for sure. There are beasts out there just waiting to tear a gnome apart. The mining operations here have run into a real wall when it comes to the local wildlife. Take heed and learn from their hardship. Make sure you're well equipped, and don't hesitate to ask for repairs.
For that type of fix, I play a WoW single-player emulator with bots that act better than people. Wow.
Take care in the sands. They're unkind to the unwitting.
I've never heard of playing a WoW single-player emulator. That's quite wild. Do you have to pay for it? Or, like, how up-to-date is it? Which expansion is it
Greetings,
up
mortal.
to?
I shall relieve you of the relic. For a mortal, you are remarkable. I can see something lingering in your eyes, something fey. It is both fascinating and perplexing. But, as you mortals say, the dust has settled. This region was on the verge of catastrophe, thanks to Edgar Erin. It was fortunate you were here to stop him. Farewell.
If you like, I have a Discord link that is very up to date. No money involved unless you wish to donate to devs, which, to be honest, they do deserve in my POV. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that'd be cool. I was about to try and Google it. Vanilla, Burning Crusade, Wrath, Legion, and now Kata is being worked on. Bit odd that they've missed out Mop. Well, not that odd, really. I mean, there are various versions. It's not. It doesn't actually surprise me very much that, particularly Warlords, they've missed out. Nobody likes Warlords. And to be honest, mostly when I played WoW, I was playing it solo. Like, I occasionally, like, the last time I really played properly, I did do some raiding. But that was during Legion, so a couple of expansions ago. If you could send me the Discord link as a private message, then I'll have it. I'll have the link after I've finished streaming. That would be easier for me to follow up on. But thanks very much for letting me know about that and being willing to share.
Welcome. The Motus miners have told me all about you. I'm Vincent Helvarn, Edgar Erin's former assistant and facilities manager. I'll continue to run the mining office for you if you'll allow it. Come and go as you please, the building is yours to use. And if it doesn't suit your tastes, with some spare coin, I can arrange for renovations. Yet another place of mystery that I'd rather be much farther away from. The Hollowlands are death trap enough as it is. The Motus miners feel indebted to you. They've offered to work your mine, for a sliver of your overall profit, of course.
Yeah, of course. Take, honestly, I'd be willing to give them 50%. Or more, really. I mean, they're the ones doing the work. I made the place safe, I guess. Sorted out the problems, at least. But I won't be around much, so it's not like I'll be continuing to keep the place safe.
Beastly creatures stalk near those caverns. They're not fey, and they're definitely not natural. You could pay me enough to get close to there. I wish it were somewhere far from here. The Hollowlands are dangerous enough without them. I locked myself in here while Edgar was hatching his schemes. I knew it would come to violence at some point. He was hell-bent on getting even with Motus. Anyhow, what's past is past. You need a manager for this building while you're away, and I'll do it for a small fraction of what you earn. Speak to me if you want work done on this building, or if you'd like to collect a profit. Good luck out there.
Who else is there to talk to? Ah.
These lands are treacherous, but if there's money to be made... Hail, friend! The gnomes at Modus Mining mentioned you'd be opening a mining site here. That's all well and good, but I can help you make the most of it. For a small sum, I'll renovate this mine for you, make it bigger. In the long run, you'll earn more money out of it. What do you say?
These random bots populate the world like players. They pick up quests, grind, etc. They even use general chat, sell items, use auction house. Wow.
That's me, Master Architect at your service. Your friends at Modus Mining sent word to me that they were helping you open a site here. For a little bit of gold, I'll help you get this dump running more efficiently than Edgar Erin ever managed to.
Well, he didn't manage it mainly because he ran out of money trying to get it working. Comparing what I'm able to achieve with nearly 2 million gold with what he was able to achieve isn't really fair, remotely.
No one I know of has scaled it all the way, so there's no knowing for sure what's up there. Heard everything, from it's the home of a powerful mage, to it's the cradle of civilization itself. Sometimes in the same breath. There's an adventure to be had at Cloudcrest's Peak, I'm sure.
Project was abandoned in 2017, and in 2019 I managed to convince a guy which also liked the idea to work on it, and he did. Now it has made so much progress. Wow, cool. Recently found out that the survival horror themed game 7 Days to Die has an in-game trading system where things you post for sale may actually get bought by AIs.
There are bad goings on at the caverns. The miners have all, one time or another, seen wretched, scarred creatures that walk on 2 legs pacing at the entrance.
So these butts can join your guild if you like, or you can make characters from your own account and add them to your own guild. Ha, cool. Wonder what happens.
If you give me the gold, I can start clearing out one of the collapsed passages in the mine.
I know what the inside looked like.
I'll start cleaning out the passage right away. Who knows what we'll uncover in there?
Oh, you can just get teleported in. So I can upgrade the mine 3 times and the office 3 times. Using VPN we managed to play co-op. Wow, so yes, you can play with friends. You can create your own GM account and use GM commands and do virtually anything. Cool. Can you probably can't like use tools to move and place game world objects or create quests, can you? Now what is missing? Bots need more tweaks for CC. So there's down here, which is what was here before, and then there's up here with a bunch of gnomes.
In the Hollowlands can be fierce. Before I came here, I'd never seen such a fey-ridden place.
Winds in the Hollowlands can be fierce.
So that's 5 gnomes working for me. That seems like almost as many as were working for Motus. One thing with Star Trek Online is how you have a team of AI companions that you give whatever skills you need and gear you have available. Yes, that can be done. They can direct you to who and how. In fact, if you're really into this, why not help the main guy of the project? He will give you all the tools you need. Oh wow. So you can gain access to content creation tools with this, can you? Precision, gold coin, sex weave robe. To do junk. Whoops, damn it. Why is that even a thing? Why in my own mine would they put traps next to the fucking collectible plants? Weird and annoying. We know our new owner likes to collect alchemical components, so what we'll do, despite the fact that she's the reason the Hollowlands are safe now, and we've come to work for her because we really like her, we'll put bear traps next to the fucking components that she'll collect. As a little trick. Oh hey, it's not like a home, but like this is what tavern insides usually look like. Do I? Let's have them. Infusing armor, what does that do? Mana regen per sec. That's worth breaking down. What would be really good is if I could get someone in here who sells things. Oh, there's a bed. And chasing the snake tail. Don't care about that. Oh, and that's my stash. At the moment they are mainly focusing on scripting bots. I know it's possible to add objects. I don't know how it works exactly, but for example you can summon a core hound, but to remove it you must use the command to delete it so it doesn't respawn where you summoned it. It's not like the trap actually hurts. Your defense stat negates almost all the damage. Yeah. I mean, it's mostly irritating and kind of jarring and shocking. Or you will have a core hound run around Stormwind and game over to your server. So first thing I do is back up my server after I fix it. Yeah, that would definitely be awkward. I feel slightly insulted by this NPC. I shall summon Ragnaros. Dang it. I need to go for 5 minutes, but I shall return. I apologise. Okay. Apologies for that. In this WoW SPP, it was possible to add bots to enchant your items, etc., things which can be ported from a previous version. Cellular, find him on Discord after you accept rules, assign your roles, and then join the WoW SPP rooms, contact him, tell him I sent you, and you want to learn to help because you are very interested, and to be honest, together you get more done. Cool. Oh, it's a nomad. Z2K. I did not forget to shut down my stream. I needed a quick break. Also wanted to learn, but at the moment I have so much to study I don't get to play much anyway. That's a shame, and fair enough. I'm also interested in, well, I've also been kind of interested in learning to 3D model and code. Well, not code. I've tried, I've dipped my toe into coding in another fashion, in coding for websites, and I know that I'm not very good at it. I'd like to have a go at 3D modeling so that I can try and create objects for City of Heroes. Well, maybe not Homecoming specifically, but I'm a fan of City of Heroes, and that's only available on private servers that are being run by fans. And last time I checked, which is a few years ago now, they seemed interested in people creating new content for the game. So I have not got further than installing Blender on my PC, but I would like to learn to use it and learn to use the tool I would need, which I think is different from Blender for creating stuff for City of Heroes, so that I can create small amounts of content for that.
I can't believe old Edgar had been causing all this trouble in the area. People died on account of him. Sad.
Indeed. He could have done... I really think that Edgar had other options than the route he ended up going.
If you have enough gold, I can clean this place up and furnish it with goods from across the land. I'll get right to work. It'll look brand new before you know it.
Cool. Sage crafting, nice. This has been cleaned up and is no longer a bar area. Or, well, it doesn't have a... Oh, the bar's over here. Okay. It'd be kind of cool if I could employ someone to man the bar. It's not stealing if it's yours. If you own the building. Okay. Stash, bed, armoire. Oops. Went past it slightly. Oh, just peasants' outfits. Okay. Customized appearance, the mirror there. Bookshelf. Fey history, nature. Wonder if any of these... No, they're not usable. There's 5 gnomes working for me, but only 2 beds that aren't mine. Maybe they go back and sleep at the Motors mining facilities. Oh hey, that's cool. I assume that's a gnome, not a dwarf, but a gnome statue in the corner with a key and a scroll. Oh yeah, that book you left on the shelf last time, it's gone now. Huh? When... Which book? Not this one. I guess there was a book on the shelf in the previous version that is disappeared now. Each time you upgrade, all contents of containers get reset. There was some blue book that was probably junk. Oh, fair enough. I wasn't particularly interested in reading it anyway, which is why I left it alone. Let's just spend the rest of the stream upgrading each of these, and then I'll call it after I'm...
Edgar put the miners through that.
After I'm
He was
done.
always about taking the fight back to the competition, but I didn't think he meant to take their lives. There's no excuse for it. Motus's business practices aside, he had no right. Thank you for righting his transgressions. For another bit of gold, I can clear out the next section of the mine.
Please do. Oh, it's even more.
We'll have this place running at full capacity in no time.
Sounds good. Check for bear traps. No bear traps. Have we just got all the miners locked in here behind this door?
The Hollowlands are a harsh place to earn a living, but we make do.
Wow.
Is as unforgiving as it is blistering.
When he said open up the place, he really meant it, didn't he, eh? Lockpick. I need a lockpick. I wonder where all the light's coming from. It's a shame we can't see the ceiling. To get an idea of... Oh, jeez. Forgot about that. Hooray! And more lockpicks! Awesome. No, it seems like whatever glow is lighting this place is coming from the dust itself. Oh yeah, this house has a skill book in one of the bookshelves in the final form, if I recall correctly. That's cool. That is a massive cavern, yeah. I wonder if the floor of it will get cleaned up from these boulders once we upgrade the place to the final form. This is a bit smaller and more modest. This is the first of the rooms, isn't it? You'd come down this corridor and then down here, and we opened up a section of corridor as well, down here as well, didn't we? Before, with the first upgrade. Junk. I'm swiftly running out of space. No trap, okay. Giant rats. Off you go. No thank you. Well, let's just see. No, only rat meat. Ah, this one had gold coins. Thank you. No traps. Good. Traps. Oh, that's a trap. Ooh, almost out of space. Need to go and sell some stuff. Alright, let's fast travel and sell junk.
Hey there, come to see what I've got? It's probably the same stuff as last time, but I stand by it.
Just that is going to be more than enough to cover upgrading both places fully, I expect.
See you soon.
Oops. Kind of annoying that our place doesn't show up on the fast travel options. Oops, wrong way. This way. Yeah, looting player houses is a massive amount of free money. I don't think that was exclusively from us, but...
How goes the splunking? I've kept things pristine here at home.
It will mostly be.
With a bit more gold, we can improve the facilities even more. Time to get to work. Oh, you'll love it.
Nice. Added some artwork to the walls. Very nice. Ooh. Forge in here is very handy. I'll use that after the stream to break all that stuff I've been hoarding down. Symbol of a long past age. Do you know what the purpose of the Arathi tablet is? Do you just sell it? Peasant's tunic. Gnomish history. Gold coins. What the? I don't remember seeing that before. Oh, really? It's new, is it? This is an interesting place for the fire, isn't it? It's located centrally on the main floor, like the main room of the main floor. You would usually think to find it like against a wall, but no. I mean, I guess this way you can have more people around it. And it probably heats the room faster, but it is still a bit weird.
Greetings. Hey, boss. Do you need me to do any work on the mine?
Yes, please.
Just a little more gold and we can open up the last section of the mine.
Fireplaces against walls are a fire safety thing, but not the most efficient for heating. Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking you probably do heat a room more efficiently if the fire is in the middle, so that it only has, you know, the distance from the middle to the outer wall to heat, rather than like if it's against one wall, it has all the distance of the width of the room to heat.
This will be about all we can extend the mine. We've run out of room in the cavern.
You've run out of rock to dig into down there, have you? Is that what it is? Trap. Oh, okay, good. So what does this look like now then? Can't tell from the map.
Not sure what's more dangerous. The Fae out in the desert or the desert itself.
Be careful out in the sands.
Hello, chaps. There's some kind of structure out there now that's been added. Some structures, some mining bits, I think. Ooh, a chest now. I don't think that was there before, or if it was, I missed it. Ah, that's where the extra area is. Okay. Disciple's Helm. Mana. That's worth breaking down, I think. Bit of a shame that the area's level was set to... Oh, spiders, hello. Bit of a shame that the area's level was set however many weeks ago when we first were told about coming down this area. Found it on the wiki. The Arathi tablet is used in the Blackened Hall to disable the traps. Each upgrade adds more stuff to loot. Ah, I thought so. Well, cool that we've got a thing which... Why can't I disable the trap? Come on. There we go. Disarm the bear trap whilst you're facing away from it. That makes sense. Well, I see how you've run out of space. I see the problem here. You've gone up rather than down. I realise that this might be confusing for you, but you see, if you go down rather than up, you'll find More rock to dig into. See, going up takes you eventually. Whoa, hey. Going up takes you eventually to the sky. Oh, there was another one. Trying to sneak up on me. That's why I couldn't check these bodies. See if there's anything besides rat meat. Which I refuse to handle. Alright. Disarm bear trap. No. Disarm bear trap. Disarm bear trap. I'm like Robin in the Hood. There's quite a lot of this, isn't there? Oh, and it goes all the way around, eh? Cool. Oh, what's up ahead? Venom spitters, spiders, okay. And back inside. Amazing I didn't set off that trap. This shape of like ramp going round and up is a shape that we've seen repeatedly, and even a ledge up there is a shape that we've seen repeatedly elsewhere in the game, but they've obviously reskinned it because it was not in previous places. It was not this color stone, so they've presumably like got a three-dimensional shape for the location and then got a bunch of textures to apply to it. Now, will there be more traps underneath all these? For me to walk over. No? Oh, it's a surprise. Pleasant, but a surprise. Greater moonlight rivets. Those will do you more damage at night, won't they? Oh, I'll take them. Even if I don't particularly care about extra damage. Depending on the diurnal cycle. Wouldn't it be the scummiest thing if the game put a bear trap right under where you would land after a jump like that? Oh, can't loot that one. It's got nothing in it. Does this have a trap? No. No trap here. Good, okay. I think once you disable a trap, it doesn't respawn under the thing again. It's be mean, but funny. Yeah. Putting a trap directly under you where you land.
How goes the spelunking? I've kept things pristine here at home.
There was a map in a Fey Hollow which had a pool of toxic sludge, I think, or whatever, poisonous stuff, under a jump point, and I think, no, you didn't need to jump off that jump point. Hold on, did you? You might have needed to jump off that jump point into the sludge, into the toxic liquid. If you get the perk to dismantle traps, if I recall correctly, you find new trap in the mine after each upgrade. I don't think I'm quite there with dismantling traps. I mean, I disarmed it, but I didn't dismantle it.
For a tad bit more gold, I can add on another room for more storage space and furnishings that'll make an emperor drool. It'll be ready in no time. When we're done, you'll own the finest building in all the Hollowlands.
Cool. Ah. This was the room. A library. Can't interact with any of the books, but it still looks nice. With a solitary component. It's a bit of a shame that there aren't any NPCs in here to, like, make it feel like a used place. Quickly running out of space. Again, but that's because I've got part of it filled up with objects I intend to break down. Peasants' tunics. Oh, there's a table. I don't know that I would... There we go. Cool. Well, if you get that perk to dismantle traps... Oh yeah. I think that the under the hood way it works is to actually just replace the map. So each upgrade functionally sees you have a new building. Fair enough. Skillbook Mercantile. I'll definitely have off with that and use it. Thanks for letting me know it'll be here. Just peasant's gear. Okay. Lots of books. Now, he claimed that this would make an emperor drool, and I don't know that I believe him. Is it items, or is it... Yes, it is. There we go. Not consumable. I mean, I do consume it. After reading this book, your mercantile skill has been permanently increased. The game of trading is as wild as the seas and as different each day as the dice each roll. The first rule... The first rule when dealing with these southerners is never let them have the final word. Bargain, barter, deliberate, and argue all you want, but at the end of the day you have to add your terms and agree to them. The second rule is hospitality. At the bargaining table, a flagon of mead is worth more than all the water in the ocean. If they think you are their friend, you will always benefit. If you think they are your friend, you will always suffer. The third rule is knowledge. These southerners pride themselves on their libraries and magic, yet they lose their fortunes and spurn their wealth. If you know what they know, you're an even partner. If you know what they don't, you are their superior. This is the way of the Varani, and you will always find the proper deal if you follow this advice. I've used that, so I'll put it in junk. And that's my mercantile up. Splendid. And I think that will be the end of the stream today. It's a nice house, but not Imperial Palace level. Nice. No, it isn't. Does seem to be the finest building in Apatir. The Hollows. But probably also Apatir, now that I think about it. But yeah, that'll be the end of the stream today. I will do. Thanks. I will. I've joined the Discord already. I'll check it out once the stream is over, and explore. Because of course, once the stream is over, I can't go back and check the chat, so I needed to open the link once the now, rather than waiting until the stream was over. If I recall correctly, I did the Motus mining stuff after going to Odessa. Oh, fair enough. Oh, before going to Odessa. Well, I mean, I have as well. I went to Apatir first. From East Candrian, I went from here to here, I think. So a huge journey through nothing apparently. But I haven't visited Odessa yet. I've gone west across here, and then I'll go north. But yeah, so what name did I join it with? Vanilla Jester. I have the same name everywhere, practically. And I'm Vanilla Jester on Discord. But yes, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll be back on Friday to play some more. I'll be going north into Azelrond. And given the rate that I explored this area at, probably doing the whole area in the 3 hours. And I hope that you feel like coming back. But whether I see you on Friday or not, or indeed whether I see you again or not, I hope you have a nice time. Goodbye.